Yo, what's going on, guys? Got myself and Hump in the building. Day before the NBA Finals. I'm pumped. I know Hump's pumped, but without
Overly.
overly pumped. Before we get into it, though, man, I gotta say, happy big birthday to my guy. Turned turned a certain age this week, and man, more life. Congratulations to him. Hump, how did you celebrate your 22nd birthday? If you can disclose that to us, and hope it was a good one.
So I went out to eat this place called Elsie's. I think it's like pot and plates or something like that. It was a pot pie place. I didn't get a pot pie. I got like a shrimp Diablo melt. Pretty delicious. And then I partook in a few libations Saturday, um, in celebration of the Spurs winning the Western Conference Finals. That was a night to remember. Shout out to Wimby. Shout out to the boys. Shout out to Slam City over there. Um, in the words of Charles Barkley, shout out to the San Antonio women. So I had a good one, bro. A good 22.
I'm happy for you, man. I know we can't do this podcast without Hump. He's the heart of the show, and I'm just glad I was able to get Hump on here because I know that a bunch of other big podcast companies are knocking at his door. So we might have to give him a raise here in a few weeks.
I'm not
As you
leaving
can tell,
anytime soon.
as you can tell, this week I'm podding from the mountains. I've been here for about 2, 3 weeks here. Background here, it's pretty nice. Yeah, what a better, no place like it in the world.
Yeah.
No place like it. So,
Camping.
man, what's up?
What's that one guy that's always like outside?
Liver
The
King?
camper? No, not Liver Kings. That one guy who's like always
Outdoor
sleeping
Boys?
outside. Is
I
that
don't
what it
know.
is?
I don't know.
I don't know. It's a guy who wear glasses. I can't remember his name.
Man, you gotta be a different type of person to sleep outside, man. I've had my fair shares of sleeping outside throughout my life, and you gotta be different to do it. I couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. I did have a sleepover. I did stay the night on a trampoline one time, which was pretty cool. But that's about it as far as I could get.
Okay.
White people activities, huh?
That's something, you know.
One thing, Hump, before we get into the show, um, I do have a question for you. I was gonna ask it at the end, but it feels appropriate now. Hump, what's your favorite white person saying?
My favorite white person
I'll
saying.
give you mine. I'll give you mine to let you think. I think
Okay.
my favorite white person saying is "You're on thin ice, pal." Nothing beats that. Nothing
That's
beats
up
"You're
there.
on thin ice." Oh
That's
man,
up
I
there.
love being white. Love every skin tone, but I'm just saying I think that white people are very specific and very bland, and I'm saying this as a white person, so go ahead, cancel me. But "You're on thin ice" is definitely iconic and classic. Thin
It's
ice, pal.
between it's between two. It's the oh, give me a break or geez Louise. It's out of them two, man. Those are something else, man. Especially oh, give me a break. It's I heard some old guy say it at work one day. It was hilarious. He said it out loud. He was like, "Ah, give me a break, please." I was like, oh, guys, don't cancel me. Please don't cancel both of us because it's
You got the pass for today, my man. You got the pass from me. So you're gonna have to come through me first. Oh man, I had a good one. Oh, I don't know if you've ever been on a road trip with a bunch of crackers, but there's times where the road trip gets a little rowdy and a white parent says, "Do you want me to turn this car around? I'll do it. I'll stop this car." That's a classic one. Have you ever heard of that?
no, never. No, no.
I'll turn this car around. All our listeners out there, let us know in the comments if you've ever heard that from a white person or just from anybody in general. And shout out to all you guys watching. I want to give a shout out to my grandparents, old pops and granny, name dropping here. They've been tapped in with the show. They've been liking what we've been putting out, and they've been watching some basketball because of it. So Want to give you guys a
Shout
shout out,
out
let
to
you know
them.
we appreciate it and we love it. Uh, yeah. Anyways, without further ado, we're gonna get into the final discussion. But before, I guess, once again, before we get into that, man, what a series we just saw from the Thunder and the Spurs, man. Incredible. Incredible. Hate hoops paid off. Hating on the Thunder, man. I'm so glad that the outcome was what it was. But that was a brilliant series, I must say. I must say.
Um, it was unexpected. It was really unexpected the way it ended. It's like OKC just broke down at the end a little bit. It's like, wow, man, this is how the MVP is really gonna go out like this. I mean, it just looked like they were just not connecting, no chemistry. It's like the Spurs just, I don't know, man, just took the life away. It just, it sucks to see. I'm lying, it sucks to see.
It's
But
great.
shout out to Wimby and them, man. They deserve it. That was just kind of weird. It felt very uncanny watching that. I was expecting like something very closer. I was expecting like 115 to like 112-ish, not something like I get it. What was that 8 points? That's not that big of a difference, but I mean, still,
Yeah.
I just it felt weird. It felt weird, but it was a great series. I think it's probably gonna go down as the best one of the 2020s. So it was
Yeah.
spooky. It's gonna be spooky for the Knicks too. It's gonna be real spooky.
And both those teams are so young, man. Hopefully, I'm sure we're going to get another series between those two teams here in the future, no doubt. And maybe it'll be a different outcome. I know on this podcast, I have my stance on J-Dub, but a healthy J-Dub changes the series and maybe they pull it out. But you can't live in the maybes. You know, what happened happened, and it happened for a reason. So maybe it'll be a different outcome with a healthy J-Dub and AJ Mitchell. But I guess what Kanye say? I guess we'll
I
never
guess
know.
we'll never know.
I guess we'll never know. But yeah, as you mentioned, man, it seems like after the Thunder went up 3-2, the Spurs really responded. I believe in game six, the Spurs wired them, meaning from the tip to the end, there was not even for a second did the Thunder have a lead in that game. And for game seven, too, I think the Thunder might have had a lead for all of 2 or 3 minutes. So they shout out to the Spurs. A young team responding like that is not something you see very often. And they deserve to be in the position they're in, without a doubt. Now for the moneymaker, for the big finals. Today feels like Christmas Eve to me and to all basketball fans because it's the eve of the finals. Got game one tomorrow, I believe 7:30. Knicks versus the Spurs in San Antonio, where we will see the Alien and Jalen Brunson in their first finals hump. What is your initial prediction of who wins this series and in how many games?
Knicks in seven. I
Seven.
got Knicks in seven. I know we're probably going to talk about X Factor soon, and the biggest X Factor for me is going to be Cat. I mean, I think my biggest flaw when it comes to Wimby is that he isn't super strong. But I mean, it's not really his fault. It's hard to build muscle when you're that tall. So I think if Cat can use his athleticism and his strength, he can overpower Wimby. I still think Wimby's going to have a great series. I just think it's going to get too much. Um, but who knows, man? Luke Cornett might pop in and know he might become a hero again.
Luke
Shout out
LeBron,
to
LeBron Cornette. Go.
LeBron Cornett. Shout out to him. So I think it's gonna be Knicks in seven. Totally has nothing to do with the Danhausen curse. You know, wink, wink, because they're not cursed anymore.
What is it? 11-0? 11-0 since he listed the curse?
I think so. Yeah.
That's insane. Yeah.
It's, whew.
Almost, yeah. Might not be a coincidence after all. I'm gonna kind of go off your point. We'll save the X factors for later. It's hard for me to not pick this Knicks team right now. 11-0 in the last 8 games.
Yeah.
Once again, rest versus rust. Haven't played in a while because they've been absolutely dogging other teams. And it makes you think, maybe did OKC take some out of the Knicks? You've seen it in the past in football. There's a crazy hard-fought game between two good teams, and it's just like everything they had was taken out in that game, if that makes sense. Like the Spurs gave it their all there that whole series, and maybe you kind of wonder, is the magic kind of diminishing a little bit? So I think the Knicks are going to win this series as well. I'm going to go in 6 games. I don't think it goes a full 7, but I think that the Knicks win this series here.
Okay. The reason I said seven is because the first game is in San Antonio, so
Mhm.
it's a toss up that San Antonio could win the first game. I mean, you're back in the finals since what, 2010,
Somewhere around
2012?
there.
Yeah, in
Somewhere
that
around there.
range.
Sure.
Well, when Tim Duncan was still cooking everybody. So it's been a while.
Yeah.
And I think that everybody's going to be hyped. They're coming off a huge, I think I would say an upset win over the
Yeah.
Thunder. So a lot of momentum there. But there's a lot of momentum with the Knicks. You're well rested. You're back in the finals in what? Is it 50 years?
Something like that. Man, they got some
It's, oh
fans
my
too.
goodness.
The
Yep,
Knicks fans, they travel well as well, man.
they do, man. So it's a toss up. It's all based off of this first game. It's really it. But
Yeah.
I would say 6 or 7. If the Knicks win the first one, then I'll say yes, 6. But if San Antonio wins this first one, then I'm going with 7. And I'm expecting the Spurs to win the first one.
Okay. Um, Thinking about X factors here. For the Spurs, my X factor is De'Aaron Fox.
Mm,
All NBA player a couple of years ago, makes the big bucks. Did not have a great, he had a bad series against the Thunder. I don't care. Until game 6, game 7, he showed up. He showed would play like himself. And to be fair, he's coming off of an injury in the playoffs where matchups are more physical, less fouls are called. So I'll give him some grace there. And he showed up when they needed him. But having a good, what we know De'Aaron Fox can be in this series is going to be big. He's going to be attacked by Brunson because he's probably the weakest defender. But De'Aaron Fox is not a bad defender at all. They call him Swiper for a reason.
pretty
So
quick,
not
too.
only, yeah, not only do we need De'Aaron Fox to be great on offense this series, he needs to be good on defense as well. And I think he can do it. He's showed game 6, game 7, these big games that he's getting back to returning to form, getting more healthy. And man, even if he's having a bad game, you got a 20-year-old rookie coming behind him and Dylan Harper, who's just
That's
magnificent,
not a
man.
rookie. That's not
Yeah,
a rookie.
magnificent. How do you get the second overall pick if you're the Spurs, man? And then you got Castle. I love Castle, man, but Castle's biggest flaw is turning the basketball over.
Yes. And
Wait.
that's why you need Darren Fox. Because I think he's a great primary ball handler. And
Yeah,
I mean, what game was that? Was it uh in the Trailblazer game when he had all those turnovers and De'Aaron Fox didn't play, I think. Like
I've
that
probably
showed like, yeah, he can't not in a game this big, you can't be the primary ball handler. Nothing against him.
he's
Uber
he's a ball.
athletic.
He's a baller.
Big baller,
On
big baller.
Hartenstein. Yeah, he
Yeah.
punched on Hartenstein. Ooh,
So
love to see it. Love to see it.
but for me, if we were talking about just San Antonio, I'm probably gonna go with Dylan Harper. I think he's gonna be a
Like
difference
it.
maker. Is he like a full-time starter or
He's coming off the bench.
off the bench? That
Yeah.
yeah. something like see like that. I mean, I don't think the Knicks bench is as good. I'm not gonna say they're not bad. They're not bad, but I don't think they have anybody on their bench that can like rival Dylan Harper, in my opinion.
Agreed. And Keldon
Maybe,
Johnson as well, who's six man of the year.
yeah. And what's the other one? Bryant. Is it Carter
Carter
Bryant?
Bryant,
That's his name?
yeah,
Yeah.
a rookie
He's
as
pretty
well.
solid.
Yeah, he is.
They have a pretty solid bench and they're all young. So
Yeah,
their defense, Knicks defense is gonna have to like be tip top shape. So
yeah. And that's kind of what I worry about for the Knicks, is their defense. Not necessarily on the perimeter. You have guys like OG, McHale, Josh Hart, even Mitchell Robinson. But these guys are pretty good defenders. But you're gonna hunt Brunson matchups because he's not a great defender. You're gonna hunt Jose Alvarado, Deuce McBride, all those guys. They're going to be hunted and exposed here. And the Knicks don't really have a great rim protector. I guess Mitchell Robinson is a pretty serviceable one, but he broke his finger at his house. Not sure what he was doing, but I don't know. We'll see how much that limits him. But yeah, that's a concern for me from the Knicks side is their lack of defense. But one more thing about Dylan Harper, then we'll move on. I have been watching basketball for a while. I probably say consistently for about 5 or 6 years. I've never seen a 20-year-old rookie guard play like how he plays. Coming off the bench, slowing things down, able to get to a spot around the rim, can hit a jumper in your face if you need it. Just first one on the ground as well. You could tell he's got some basketball in his family, man. I think he has a bright future. I think that he's going to take this San Antonio team over sooner rather than later in terms of he's going to be the lead ball handler once they move De'Aaron Fox. But that's a different
just
conversation
finna
for a
say that.
different day.
I was just finna say that. As soon as they make a decision on De'Aaron Fox, whether it's retirement for him, whether it's a trade for him, whether they just let him go into free agency, I don't
Yeah.
think they're worried. I feel like whatever they do, they feel like in the end, they got their guy that can be the primary ball handler. And whether that's what, year three, maybe you can start working them in next year. But I'm
hmm
thinking year three, start of year four, you're like, okay, yeah, now we can start, running the real offense with Wimby, Dillon, Castle, Vassell. I think it's gonna be spooky, bro. That is they're
Yeah.
gonna be in the finals next year again, probably. Probably.
I wonder if it's going to get to a point similar to OKC where everybody starts hating on them. Because you think about the good teams, like for me, the Warriors made the finals every year from like 2015 to like 2019. And it was cool at first, like, oh, who is Stephen Curry? Who were these guys on the Warriors? But then as it kept going on and on, a slow resentment started to build within me and within the NBA communities. I don't want to be a Spurs hater, man, but it might it might come to that point.
I don't think it'll ever get to that point with me because I know what it feels like to be like have a team that just wins constantly. I mean, I know what it feels like. I know that feeling. So I'm never gonna, feel that way. And to be honest, it's more because people forget how hard it is to get to the finals, let alone to the playoffs. And you're playing extra games. Like it's hard to hate on people like that. But OKC made it to the point where they played a very unethical style of basketball. They
Yeah.
knew they were good, but they took advantage of them being good in the like a very, very weird way. They knew they were going to get calls and everything, so it was hard to root for somebody like that. The Celtics, that's a better example of what I think could probably happen with the Spurs if they win, to where people are just gonna like, oh, they keep glazing Wimby. They keep doing this about Wimby. They keep doing this about Wimby. Oh, Dylan Harper, he really isn't that good. Oh, Vassell, Castle, they're not great ball handlers. They're this, they're that. Like, Come on, guys. Like, I don't like that. And it comes to sports, negativity gets way more traction than positivity. And it's so weird to me. Like, I never understood it. But then they'll give the positive to guys who don't make it. And it's so weird. It's weird. I really don't understand the sports media and just fans in general. It's really hard to understand. I don't think people are gonna hate on him. I hope not, But if they do, who cares? You're still winning. You still got rings. You still got drama. So, hey, who cares? Keep hating.
That's a really good point, man. That really is. You see more slander than you see positivity, and then you have like, okay, I'll give you an example. A couple of years ago, Pelicans were in the playoffs. They didn't make it out the first round, right? And yet everybody over here is talking about how good Brandon Ingram is and how incredible he played and stuff. So it's almost like people pick and choose while they're doing that to Brandon Ingram, who didn't make it out the first round. Chris Paul gets eliminated in, I think, the second round, and everybody loses their mind. Where he made it farther than Brandon Ingram did. It's just you're right. It's almost like people pick and choose who is hated, who is liked, and yeah, I definitely agree that sports media now is definitely more negative than positive. And maybe you can, it's because they're people call themselves analysts, but you're right. There's a lot of hate in sports, and I'm guilty of it myself. To be honest, I am. But yeah, you bring up a good point. I
Trust.
guess it kind of
Same.
makes sense
I'm
as
the
a Chiefs
same
fan.
way. I
Yeah,
hate on Joe Burrow all the time. And I feel
yeah,
like it's warranted sometimes. But at the same times, I can take it a bit too far. But, you know, I just think there are some people out here who do nothing but give negativity. If it's
absolutely.
not their team, it's nothing but negativity. And then their teams is like the Jets or something. So it's like they can't do anything but hate because you have nothing good to talk about with your team. So who knows, man? Who knows? Do better, social media,
Yeah,
sports media. Do better.
I think the main culprit for that might be Stephen A. He's the biggest in my eyes. He's probably the biggest person in sports media and has been for a while. And kind of how he
Uh,
presents himself.
he's
It,
up there. I
yeah,
think maybe when it comes to football, yeah, I'm putting Shaq number one for basketball because he's the definition of I don't watch any basketball anymore, but because I'm an all-time great and I'm probably known as the greatest center of all time, I can get whatever I want off, and nobody's gonna really question it. And if somebody does
yeah.
question it, I can pull the well, I got rings, I was the best center of all time. I'm the diesel. It is just like, no, bro. You don't watch ball anymore. And it's weird. It's weird. And the people who represent sports media, they play a huge part. A huge part. Uh Colin Coward, terrible. Skip Bayless, terrible. Yeah, and I'm calling y'all by name. If y'all got a problem, you can see me about it because I'm ready. I'm ready to debate all of y'all when it comes to sports. I got my notebook ready. We can go down the list. You throw out a topic, I'm there. I'm doing it. Simple.
Sounds like these guys are on thin ice with you, pal.
They are
That's
on
what
thin
that's
ice
what it
with
sounds
me.
like.
You're
That's
on
what
Skip Bayless, you're on thin ice, buddy. You're on thin ice. I mean it. You're on thin ice.
I agree with you, man. We're gonna clip this up. Send it, let the world know
Yeah, let them
that
know.
old media is outdated and we're the upstart. We're the new generation coming in.
Yeah, the new
Yeah,
gen.
yeah, that's right. All right, let me hear your Knicks X Factor.
Like I said before, it's gonna be Cat or I mean, if I had to get a second one, it'd have to be OG Anunoby. You
Yeah,
know, congratulations, Jalen. Well deserved.
cornball, man.
Um,
He's a ball player. Did you
you
give your
shout
Spurs
out to
yet?
OG. Did I? Yeah, I said
Yeah,
Dylan
yeah,
Harper.
yeah, Jalen
Yeah,
Harper.
Dylan Harper.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gave my
Um,
Spurs. I haven't. What you got? I'll go after you. You the man.
Nah, man, what you said your Spurs one, right?
Spurs was Fox. Knicks, I've kind of been thinking about a lot. I feel like I always lean toward Mitchell Robinson in terms of X Factor. Just because of the rebounding that he brings off the bench. I feel like
Yeah.
I always lean towards him. So I'm gonna shake it up here. I'm gonna go Mikal Bridges. OG's been pretty consistent. Mikal Bridges started this playoff year off really bad against the Atlanta Hawks. I think he had a donut in one of the games and just was playing horribly. But as of late, he's picked it up, and I wouldn't say he's played to his price. The Knicks gave up 5 first-round picks for him a couple of years ago, and I still think that that is a lot to ask for a role player. But he's been playing well, and he's not going to have. I think OG or Cat's going to have the Wimby assignment, but he's equally as important. Mikhail might have the Fox or Cat. He'll have either the Fox or the Castle assignment, which I think in order for New York to win this series, you're not going to stop Wimby. If you can slow down Fox or Castle any manner, I think that's a big that'll play big for them in winning this series
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. What was I saying? OG or Cat.
Yeah,
It's either one for them. Like I said, for Cat, it's just you just have to outman. Just don't become Chet. Don't become Chet. Um, I'm not good with the coaches' names. Um,
you got you
I
what?
remember it was deep in the season, and they were having this big talk about Cat. What is your role for the Knicks? And he really didn't know.
Are you talking about
That's
Mike
all.
Brown?
Mike Brown. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
He Cat didn't know his role really on this team, and all that's changed. He's kind of fit in with the Knicks now. He's molded so well,
yeah,
and now it can finally pay off. You just don't end up like Chet. That's really all I have. Just don't end up like Chet. Please just don't end up like Chet.
yeah.
Um, and as far as OG goes, I think if he has a better shooting percentage in this series, if he shoots a bit better, I know he was injured, so I'll give him grace for that. But if he can shoot a lot better and force the Spurs to be better defenders on the perimeter, we could see some fireworks from him, man.
Yeah.
Potentially a dark horse for Finals MVP. I'm
There's
not even. That's my pick. That's my pick for Finals
really,
MVP. OG Anunoby, big OG guy, the OGA. That's what I'm gonna call him, the OGA.
I think, man, I'm pretty basic here, but I think it's got to be Jalen Brunson for Finals MVP. I mean, we're he's gonna get his points regardless, and whether he's a liability on defense or not, you know who the ball is going to in the fourth quarter, Jalen Brunson, and he's gonna make something happen. And then you think about kind of what he's done for the city of New York and for this team. He took a $120 million deal a couple of years ago when he could have taken, I believe, a $240 million deal, leaving so much money on the table for them to build a complete roster and to make finals and championships as they have been. And the city of New York loves that dude. And he's not, it's kind of hard to hate him, honestly. I like Jalen Brunson. You don't see people that don't like Jalen Brunson. He's, there's times where he flops around, but you can't not like Jalen Brunson, man.
Gotta love the little guy. Gotta love the little guy.
But back to
Wait,
OG here. I think
quick
OG might
question.
have what's up?
Did they win the in-season tournament?
They did. They beat the Spurs, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Interesting.
This
Got
is
a
this is
tournament advantage.
round two.
Yeah. I'm excited to see the New York fans, man. I see all these side talk New York videos like Bing Bong, the Knicks are I
Be
love
crazy
those,
out there,
man.
man.
I
Get
love
crazy
those.
out there.
Yeah. Especially once they get back to New York. It's gonna be a tough place for the Spurs to win. But it was a tough place in Oklahoma City too, and look what they've done.
Yeah.
But what I was saying about OG, man, I think Victor, it's a different matchup for him on smaller guys, smaller, stout guys like OG and Anunoby might. cause Victor a little bit of trouble. I'm saying he'll probably figure him out. But teams that have put in smalls on Victor Wembanyama have seemed to be more successful than a center. Watching Herb Jones play against Victor Wembanyama, he's done well on him. I believe. I think one game gave let Victor have like 10 points, something like that. I mean, he's gonna get his points regardless. He's 7'4". But I'm ex interested to see how the matchup between Victor and OG, because OG's an elite defender. I believe all NBA second team defense. So I'm excited to see how that matchup. Slide them
Defense.
puppies. That's what they slid. I was
Defense.
taught by a basketball coach, Coach Fred. For anybody out here watching knows Coach Fred, yeah. He said, they'll know what I'm talking about. He said, one hand on ball, one hand on man, Spider-Man. So that's how you play defense. One hand on ball, one hand on man, Spider-Man, and move your feet accordingly.
Okay. I'm gonna use that when I play pickup now.
One hand on ball, one hand
Spider-Man.
on man,
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Shout out to Matthew if he's listening to this. Me and Matthew on the same team with Coach Fred long time ago. He knows what I'm talking about.
Shout out
I don't
Coach Fred.
think we won 2 games. I think we're like 2-5, but those 2 games were because of defense.
Okay, all right. Defense win championships.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Hump, you got anything else to say about this old finals coming up?
I do not. I just know it's up. It's up and popping. I'm
Yeah,
ready. I don't
we
think
have
I've been
to.
this ready for a finals since probably that Curry versus the Celtics finals, 2022.
That was a good one.
I was pretty hyped for that one. I think this is the first one in a while. I was like, okay,
Yeah,
this is gonna be a good one because there isn't no clear. People keep saying, "Oh, Spurs are the clear favorite." They're not. They're not the clear favorite here. They're a young team, and the Knicks are coming off a run, 11 wins in a row, playoffs,
yeah,
playoffs, not just no playoffs, playoffs. So it's not as clear cut as people make it out to be, but I'm just super excited. Whoever wins, I'm really excited.
same here. Same here. And I'm excited to see also what the offseason has to bring, at least for my team, for the Pelicans. Kind of big offseason here, as it always is. But yeah, I'm excited. These teams deserve to be the last 2 teams in a league plan. And I think we're in for a treat here, huh? I don't, we're in for a
Good
treat.
one, a good one.
Now, switching the pace right now. Big day in the NFL yesterday. Multiple trades. I'm gonna let the NFL expert himself, Hump, break them down to you guys and let us know his initial thoughts and reaction.
Oh, okay, where do I want to start? I guess we'll start with the big one, Myles Garrett to the Rams. Um, I guess we'll just go ahead and get this out the way. Rams are the clear favorite. That they are the team to beat. Um, I think now we're seeing what the Rams are doing. They are genuinely just they're thinking this is now this time is now. We're gonna win this year. This is the year to win it. There is no other if, ands, or buts. We're winning it this year because we don't have that much longer with Matt Stafford, and we have to win it this year. We got Puka at his peak, probably. Devontae Adams, who's still giving it his all. Kyron Williams. Um, you went and got, in my opinion, two top 10 DBs in the league, in Jalen Watson and Trent McDuffie. And I think they still got Byron Young. And then you just added the sack leader, the dude who set the sack record in Myles Garrett. We're playing chess while we're playing checkers. What are we doing? So they set themselves up pretty good here. And let's say if they don't win, right? They're still going to be in the playoffs if Matt Stafford retires because you got Ty Simpson. I think he's a good QB. I don't think he should have been drafted first round. But I see what they were doing. They're doing this as, hey, where you're gonna sit behind an all-time great, you're gonna learn, you're gonna continue to grow and get chemistry with these same players, Hookah, Kyron. And you're gonna have a defense behind you. I'm pretty sure they're gonna pull in some new wide receivers next year, probably in the second round or something. Because I don't think they have any first round picks. They might not have any second round picks next year either. Who knows how they're gonna do it? But they are the team to beat, and they are the clear favorite for Super Bowl or bust. You you gotta win the Super Bowl. It's not about making it. You have to win it because you have top top four wide receiver, best defensive player, top five quarterback. You gotta win. Now, the Browns, you got scammed. You got scammed. Unfortunately, you got scammed. You got Jared Verse, who I think is gonna be in the defensive player of the year conversation for about the next 5 years. Great player, great player. But you only got one first round pick out of it. I don't know. But I've heard people say, "Oh, well, Jared Verse, what would you trade him for?" I would trade two firsts for Jared Verse if it was there. So you may say, "Oh, that's three first round picks." Ah, you could say that he does have 2 years left on his deal, but if it doesn't work out on offense, it's gonna be a toss up there.
Yeah.
So
I do want to say one thing. You think about, I love this Myles Garrett trade for the Rams, regardless of the price. Like I said, Jared Verse is a great player, but think about Myles Garrett and all his sacks that he had last year. Who's playing DB for him? Denzel Ward. Was he hurt at all?
you had Grant Delpit,
A pretty
and he was still
mediocre
getting
secondary,
and
in
he was
my
still
opinion.
getting doubled. 100%,
Yeah.
100%, yeah.
So now you
Mid,
think about
very
the
mid.
coverage sacks now. Like I was big on Arvell Reese having a bunch of coverage sacks. The opportunity for Myles Garrett to have more coverage sacks because there's an elite secondary behind him is pretty scary, man. It really is. It really is. So that's all I really want to say about that.
Yeah, I think with that, it's gonna be tough. 'Cause now it's like I said, they still have Byron Young, so you can't really double Myles Garrett. You can double him, but at the same time,
Yeah.
he's still gonna get like 15 sacks because, like I
Yeah.
said, the coverage is gonna be amazing. You
Hmm.
got Trent McDuffie, who's an All-Pro corner, and then you got Jalen Watson, who is a Pro Bowl corner. So that's a super team. That's a super team, man. That's a super team. Uh, Shout out to the Rams.
Yeah.
Seahawks thought they were gonna go back to back. I don't know about that one, brother.
They lost some pieces too, man. It's gonna be tough in that division. Man, that's a division right there.
That
That is
is
a
a
division.
division. That's gonna be one to watch. I think I'm actually gonna like tune in to every single NFC West game. Every
Yeah.
single one they play. If the Chiefs aren't playing, I'm gonna tune into that game because that's gonna be in WWE they call it a barn burner. That's what
Barn.
it's gonna be. Barn burner.
I don't think I've heard that.
Definitely gonna be fireworks over there.
I just hope that the 49ers can stay healthy, man. It just seems like they have some guys. Uh, but it just never. It's because they're practicing in an electrical plant. Is that right?
Yeah, that's what it is.
What it is,
They don't
man.
want to listen.
Mm.
Oh, well, who knows, man? Maybe the Cardinals will come out first, the first seed. Who knows? They got Jeremiah Love.
They got you
Love
covered. That.
me. Yeah, they got Carson Beck. I think Carson Beck's gonna be the starter.
That's
Wow.
a good division to tank in. Like you got to play these guys 6 times a year. If you want to get the first overall pick, that's a good division to be in. It's a tough
You're
division
gonna
to
have
win
to,
in, but it's an easy
yeah.
division to lose in.
So
So yeah, that's all I really got to say about old Myles Garrett and then the NFC West. Talk to us about AJ Brown, huh? Or unless you got more stuff to
Yeah.
say about Miles.
Uh, yes, I did. One more thing. Uh, this trade just told me, it taught me that no matter what anybody says now, the league, especially the Rams, they're putting Myles Garrett on the same tier as Reggie White. I don't know if you know about it, but Reggie White was traded in his 30s as well. And then after that, he had, I think, maybe five double-digit sack seasons after he turned 30. And I think the Rams are seeing, they're thinking, okay, he's gonna do that. And maybe even more. Maybe he can be like Aaron Donald and he just gives you double-digit sacks maybe for another 6 or 7 years. Who knows? So whether everyone likes it or not, I know nostalgic's a big thing with people in sports, but it is what it is. He's gonna go down as a top three edge rusher of all time, in my opinion. Better than JJ Watt, and he's gonna be right there. Reggie White, Lawrence Taylor. So
Who did he play for? He played for the Packers, right? At one point, Reggie White?
Reggie White. Packers. I wanted. Was it the Eagles?
I don't know.
I don't know. I feel like I've seen him in that Kelly Green. Let's see. Reggie White.
The Eagles, Packers, and Panthers. It looks like he was on the Eagles before he was traded to the Packers, then played 1 year in Carolina. So, yeah, Reggie White. So
Reggie
that's a
White.
pool word. It's not really a pool because he's known, but like some ball knowledge, I guess, to
Oh
know
yeah,
his impact.
yeah. I mean, you could say that, but I mean, defensive players really get overlooked unless you're a guy like Lawrence Taylor or Ray Lewis.
Yeah.
So, but shout out to Myles Garrett, man. You finessed the system. That's a topic for another day. The way he finessed the entire system. That's like 3 hours of just how he did that. But AJ Brown, um, fork found in the kitchen. I just hope the fork was found in the Chiefs' kitchen. Um, there's not really much to say. It worked out for both teams. I will say this: I think the Eagles are going to struggle. Um, whether they like it or not, you lost talent. You lost talent, and then Mekhi Lemon just got hurt in practice. Actually, he got hurt, I think, an hour before we started the podcast. So
Hmm.
that sucks for him. But Eagles, they lost talent there. I can't really. Whether they say chemistry's not big or not, you trade him away. You're still going to be 40 million in dead cap instead of 60, but you can break it up in 2 years. Um, Patriots, you better make it back to the AFC Championship game. That's all I can say. Drake May, no excuses. AJ Brown, you're where you want to be. You're with the coach you want. No excuses.
Yeah.
That's really all I can say about that.
I feel like this was
In
known for
terms
some
of,
time.
oh yeah, I mean it was just more the fact that if they would have did it before, they would have been like I think 70 million in dead cap.
Yeah.
But if you wait till June 1st, then it's 40 million, and then you can break that 40 million up into 2 years. So
Yeah.
shout out to AJ Brown, man. He better perform. He better perform. So I'll be watching. I'll be watching closely. Very closely.
I'm excited to see how he plays here. I know whenever he was with the Titans, I really liked his game, and Mike Vrabel used him well. Almost like a Debo Samuel to a bit. I remember AJ Brown taking a couple handoffs in the rounds, kind of some long balls as well as some short ones. And it seemed like with the Eagles, at least these past couple of years, you didn't really get the dynamic AJ Brown, like out of the backfield motion, really. I mean, he's still a great receiver and was a great receiver with the Eagles. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for him. I've always liked AJ Brown as a game, Ole Miss product. So yeah, we'll see how things go. And you're right, man. This is if Drake May, this is his time. Got eyes on him now. Didn't have much. Nobody was really paying attention to him last year. Now he's got an elite wide receiver one, um, with a good offensive line and a great defense and a great coach who might get in a little bit of trouble. Why are you making that face?
You said a good O line. We'll see about that O line. We'll see. I don't want to jump the gun about that O line just yet, but
Will Campbell, I know he had a rough playoffs. They just drafted somebody, right?
yeah.
Did they? It was Danson. Yeah. Did they sign any big offensive linemen?
Did they? They might have. They might have signed a guard.
Yeah,
Uh, so I think it's a solid team though.
it is. And they prove that they can win games in the playoffs against who they beat in
But
the playoffs. They beat the Chargers.
uh,
They beat the Broncos without Bo Nix. They
no,
beat
they beat the Texans and the Broncos.
Texans, fraud.
They had the yeah
Do you consider that a real
Broncos.
win?
Oh what?
As you say that, man, they beat a Texans team with no offense, a Chargers team with playoff Justin Herbert, and a
Oh, they didn't
Broncos
play.
team.
They didn't play. They played the Chargers. I thought the Texans played the Chargers. They had the
The
first
Texans
seed,
and
right?
the Steelers. I don't know. Did they have the first seed?
Uh,
I feel like I remember them playing the Chargers. Maybe that was a couple of years ago.
yeah, they played the Chargers.
Yeah, but they played a playoff Justin Herbert, who is abysmal. They played a Houston Texans team without an offense. And then
Yeah,
they played a Broncos team without Bo Nix. Man, already,
mind
I
you,
feel like that's not
almost
being talked
lost.
about.
Almost
What's up?
lost.
Yeah, I feel like
Almost
that's not
lost to the
being talked
Broncos.
about enough, man. They had a
Well,
couple.
we're gonna see it. They have a very tough schedule. Uh I think they have like they're tied with one of like the toughest first four games of the season. I think it's like plus 400. Not, I mean, like it's 400. It's a win. It's almost fully winning, like almost above 500 in that
Yeah,
range in their first four games. So they have a very tough schedule. So we're gonna see if it was like a fluke or not. I only got them winning 8 games,
really.
unfortunately.
Let's see about
Like
that.
I don't even
And they
know.
had one of the easier strength schedules last year as well, because they
Oh yeah,
were
they
the
had the
year before.
easiest, one of the easiest. Yeah,
They're on fraud watch, man. They're on fraud watch for sure.
and I'm gonna be watching. I'm gonna be watching
The Chiefs play them this
closely.
year.
Yes, we do at home. We play them at home. We
Hmm,
do.
interesting.
We play
Interesting.
everybody, and we play the Rams.
Should be good.
Yeah, good. That's gonna be something, all right.
I feel like that should be a 425 game, 325 game.
What the
I
who's
think
that?
that's the prime time for me. Like Sunday night football is cool. Monday night football is okay. Thursday night's good. But I feel like the game of the week it's on Fox at 325 right after the 12 o'clock games. Those are always the best ones to me. I don't know if
Oh, we
it's
play them on Thursday.
oh, really? That should be interesting.
Yeah,
That should be interesting. Short
that's
week.
tough.
Yeah,
Yeah,
short
and then
week.
it's really tough because we got Bills, then Rams, then Bengals,
Oh,
then Patriots, then 49ers.
it's a tough stretch.
That's a very tough stretch.
To be
And
the guy
then
though, to be the guy, you gotta beat the guy. So
Mahomes been that guy. He's been that guy.
we'll see how he looks returning from his injury and how the new the new structured team performs. We'll see.
That team will stay for sure.
Well, that's gonna do it for me, man. Hopefully you guys stay this long to the video, and if you did, leave a comment, like, share the video, subscribe, hit that bell notification. So, and if you don't, You're on thin ice. Okay, well, I will turn this car around. That's what we'll do here.
We're watching you, pal.
Yeah.
You better
Watch it,
listen,
buddy.
pal. Watch it,
Yeah.
buddy. You better watch it, buddy.
Watch.
Yeah.
Well, that's it for me, Hum. You got anything else before we sign off here?
Not at all, man. Just looking forward to the finals. Um, and then after that, World Cup, World Cup. So ready for the World Cup,
Dude, I was listening to that song earlier.
really?
Yeah, I was in Florida this past week, man, and they getting ready down there. I
Yeah,
went to Miami Airport, World Cup signs everywhere. I don't watch soccer, but the World Cup is different. Similar, very similar to the World Baseball Classic. Just something about the pride for your country is unmatched. I love it.
unfortunately, I will not be going for USA. I'm probably going to be going for France or England.
Really. Well, good
Yeah,
luck to them. Because I know
shout
there's
out
a
to
guy
them.
in USA, Christian Pulsnik, who turns it
Pulisic,
on. Yeah, I don't know how to say it. He turns it
he's
on.
terrible. He's terrible. He's terrible.
Terrible.
He's
Last
terrible.
year, last World Cup, he took them to bracket. Won their, I
Yeah,
think, came second in their pool.
we'll see. We'll see what he could do this year. I don't know, man. If they make it that far, shout out to USA. Personally, I'm going for the teams that got my favorite players on them. So
Mbappe, the big Mbappe
Dembele,
guy. I don't know.
Dembele, yeah,
I like
French
Mbappe,
guy.
the little turtle.
This is the
Yeah, Mbappe.
pretty
Like I
quick,
like
pretty
Brazil. I like
fast.
Neymar.
Okay, yeah. They got
I don't know a whole lot
Vinny.
about soccer. Yeah, I don't know. I know
Can't
like name.
Portugal. They got Ronaldo. Argentina. They got Messi.
I feel like
England.
Portugal let me down last year or last World Cup. I think they did like great in pool and then got beat first
Yeah.
round bracket. I'm not sure though. But yeah, that would be a fun watch, man. Nothing like it. Nothing like it.
Yeah, can't wait. Can't wait. Can't wait.
The song, like the official song for the World Cup is kind of bad though. I think it's with
It's
Jelly Roll, but just put Speed Song in there. Gets me hype.
no speed.
All right, you guys, well, that's gonna do it for me and Hump here. Appreciate you guys watching. Once again, leave a like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification, and we are out. Good luck
Peace.
to the teams in the finals. Peace out.